Well, hey there, guys. Welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey. I am your host, T-Rod. Tonight, I want to talk about my 7 best ryes of 2024. It's been a long year. It's been an interesting year. A lot of bottles hit that market. If you guys haven't, be sure to check out my other video, my 7 top whiskeys of the year, bourbon specifically. These are the ryes. I didn't get a ton of access to allocations this year. The ones that I did, I was super thankful to have. I was really grateful for the opportunities. Thank you to the store owners that I work with that have helped me out. This isn't a knock at you guys in any way, but this is what I was able to get my hands on this year. So we'll go through the list, talk a little bit about them. If you guys don't like it, leave a comment down below. If you have a different suggestion for a list, please, somebody did that on the other post. I loved it. I love to hear what you guys have to say, what your feedback is. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button too. That definitely feeds those algorithms. But number 7 on the list, and this one should be a surprise to nobody, okay? This is Bulleit 12-year rye. This is an exquisite, available 12-year age stated rye whiskey. 95 proof? 95 proof? No. 94 proof. 92 proof. God, I need to do math. 92 proof. It says the limited bottling. I did also grab one of the 10-year ryes, which I haven't tried, but I've heard it doesn't hold a candle to this one. Yes, this is MGP sourced bourbon, but 12-year-old MGP rye is freaking fantastic. Okay? Like, cry about it. It's so good. This is readily available most of the time, at least right now anyways. I need to pick up a backup of this, but $55. It's $55 everywhere around me. And allocation, or at the very least hype bottles, they don't sit on the shelf for very long. So for $55, 12-year age statement, and it is delicious. I have not met a single whiskey tuber who has had anything bad to say. I don't know if I've actually met anybody in general that has had anything bad to say. So Bulleit 12-year rye. The 10-year is good too. Bulleit rye in general is good for mixers, the regular rye. This, definitely a neat sipper. Definitely enjoy this one. I count myself as very lucky to have it, as I missed the last release. So that will be number 7, Bulleit 12-year rye. Nope, number 6. Number 6. I can count. I promise, guys, I can count. Hoon Young Rye whiskey, 46.5%, 93 proof. This is their Operation Gothic Serpent label. I love Hoon Young. I love what they represent. I love the whiskey they're putting out. I have not had a chance to smoke one of their cigars yet. But for those of you guys who don't know, this is a veteran-founded whiskey company that is sourcing everything. I believe it's being sourced from MGP. This is an MGP rye. It is so damn good. It is sneaky good at 93 proof. I think I had this shipped to me because they don't distribute this one to Michigan, but it is really, really good. I heard tell that the white label was being discontinued. They're going to be moving forward with something else. But Norm Hooten was one of the characters, and if you guys have seen Black Hawk Down, Norm Hooten was Hoot, that was portrayed by Eric Bana, the Delta Force operator. And he is an extremely impressive human being. So if you guys ever have a minute, go check out their website and kind of read up on some of the things he's done and continues to do. Doing a lot of really good things for vets. He also found time to get I believe he has a degree in like pharmaceutical medicine. Like, okay, dude, like save some for the rest of us. Honestly, how am I supposed to compete with that? I don't care how much older than me you are. I can't hold a candle to someone like that. Yeah, you're a certified badass from Delta and you're a doctor? Sweet. Sweet. Way to make the rest of us look bad. But honestly, appreciate everything you guys have done and your service and the whiskey that you're putting out, because this stuff is muy delicioso. One of my favorites and reasonably affordable at like $50, $45. It is not that expensive. Love the bottle, love the label. The Operation Gothic Serpent thing, that's what really put it over the top for me. I absolutely love it. But number 6, Hoon Young Rye. Number 5, finally got a hold of one of these. And that's what got it on this list, honestly, is this is the Old Forester Single Barrel Rye. This is like 129.9, so like 130 proof. This is Warehouse I, Floor 3. I had not been able to find one of these for a very, very, very long time because I love the 100 proof rye. that Old Forester puts out. I think it's exceptional. Look at the color on that. It's just that dark, toasted brown color. Super, super good. I got this at Allen D's. If any of you are local that are listening to this, Allen D's is a great little shop out in Rochester. Super, super good pizza. And actually their corned beef egg rolls are like top notch. And as a certified fat kid, right, I would know. But this is excellent. If you can find a good single barrel rye from Old Forester, buy it, spend that money. It is good. You will not regret it. Courtney and I have sat down here many a nights, and we have enjoyed the regular 100 proof, and only once now have we gotten into this one. Maybe this will be what we drink tonight. But my number 5 bottle is the Old Forester single barrel rye. I can't even complain about the price because honestly, for a rye, I think I paid like $80 for this, and it's worth every penny. Maybe $85. It is definitely worth it. It sits proudly on my shelf. I would buy another one if I had the opportunity. Okay, number 4. This one's a little bit different, but I'm super stoked that I have it. Mayor Pingry, 11-year orange label rye. This one is unique. I got this at a bottle release last week. I think it was last week, where I was able to get this guy, the 10-year black label. I don't know if you guys can see that. 10-year black label bourbon. Haven't gotten into that one yet, so it didn't make any of my list because I haven't gotten into it. But this one was finished in gin barrels. Or actually, I think it was aged for 11 years in gin barrels. It has a very unique flavor to it. Whatever they aged it in or for however long, those gin barrels imparted a lot of that botanical profile into this, and it's really good. It's really unique. It's an 11-year age statement. I mean, what does it come in proof? It's, I don't know, like 119.8 proof. Like, so basically 120 proof. It's fantastic. Everything comes out of Mayor Pingry at cask strength. No brainer. Super good. I don't believe they're sourcing a whole lot of their stuff anymore. Let's see. This one was, produced and bottled in Ferndale, Michigan, right down the road from me. Can't say enough good things about it. Love it. Mayor Pingry orange label rye, especially a double-digit age statement. Guys, that sells itself. And for like the $90, I mean, I wasn't planning on buying it, but I knew, and this is just me as a person, I knew if I didn't buy it, I'd be kicking myself in the butt until the end of time. So I just bit the bullet. I haven't bought anything else since, because I knew I needed to have this, and I was going to regret it if I didn't. I was actually number 1 in line for this release. And then a very, let's say, gutsy Asian man stepped in front of me and was first in line with his loudly chewing gum. So you're lucky you didn't catch hands, my friend. You are lucky. All right, number 3. And this one was very generously gifted to the channel, and we appreciate them for it. King's Family Distillery Ryconic. This is their twice-barreled straight rye, 109.3 proof, and it is finished in honey barrels. Oh my God, guys. If you've never had a honey-finished rye whiskey, first off, maybe take a step back, pause this video, reevaluate some of the life choices you're making, because this is just superb. So well crafted, so good. I've only had this bottle for like 2 weeks, and I had to stop us from drinking more of this. This is a really, really good, just amazing expression, and a really, really good display of what King's Family can put out. I know that they are sourcing a lot of their juice right now, but with cask finishing and as their stocks are getting older, I expect amazing things to be coming from them. This bottle is fantastic. It has that oaky characteristic, that sweet characteristic, like vanillas, caramels, butterscotch kind of deal, but that honey is there throughout, and it's well pronounced, but it's not overpowering. It's not sugary sweet. It's not syrupy. It's extremely well balanced. I adore this bottle, and I would have loved to get my hands on a backup if I could, because it is fantastic. The coloring is great. You got some sediment in there. I love to see that. That's just, sediment in a bottle is the marquee of a truly well-crafted whiskey, in my opinion. But number 3, the King's Family Distilling Ryconic twice-barreled rye. Love that stuff. Love it. Love it. Number 2, and this one, it was tough between number 2 and number 1, but number 2, another local-esque bottling. This is the Volume 1 Arctic Spirit Straight Rye Whiskey, finished in tawny and ruby port barrels. And this is from Evernorth Spirits. If you guys aren't familiar with Evernorth, this is the distillery owned and operated by Dan and Sean, the Bourbon Junkies. And this thing truly is a Midwinter Night's Dram killer, right? It's got the same barrel finishing as Midwinter Night's Dram, but this one blows it out of the water. This thing screams flavor at you. It is super fruity, super good, super transparent on the labels. I mean, honestly, this label is gorgeous. It is. And for their first allocated release, I think they just knocked it out of the park. But this is a blend of 6-year Sagamore rye, 52% rye, 43% corn, 5% malted barley, so a barely legal 6-year Sagamore rye, and then an 8-year MGP rye, 95.5 mash bill. So your traditional MGP rye aged 8 years, and they blended it together and then finished it in the Ruby and Tawny port barrels. If I had the opportunity to buy more of these, which it was limit one, if I could buy more of these to replace my Midwinter Night's Drams with, I would do it every day, hands down. I would make that decision. This was cheaper by about a good $50. This is tastier by a far margin. I am super blown away with the blending coming out of Evernorth. I did have a conversation with somebody who they're like, "Hey man, what's up with Evernorth? Like, what's their deal? Like, I heard about the Bourbon Junkies. Like, tell me what they're kind of about." And I kind of explained it, and they were very dismissive. They're like, "Oh yeah, just another place, just slinging the MGP." I'm like, this ain't that. If you guys get the opportunity for this, or to try it, or know somebody who has it, pull the trigger, do it. Try it, buy it, whatever. You will not regret this. This is an immediate buy for me if I were to find one sitting on a shelf by some happenstance. Okay. It's extremely good. Evernorth Spirits, the Arctic Spirit. For the longest time, I was calling it the Arctic Fox. And I don't even know why, because there's a stag on the front. It drives me nuts. So now, that was number 2. So I get number 1, the T-Rod Whiskey Rye of the Year. That drum roll probably killed somebody because I'm really, really bad with that. But this is the Sagamore 9-year-old rye, coming in at, here's the proof on this, 112.6 proof. So Sagamore, obviously a Maryland company. If you guys aren't familiar with them, you should be. Last year, I know their 8-year rye was very high on my list. I don't think it won, but the 9-year definitely stepped it up. I've only had a little bit out of this, but it is extremely good. It is extremely good. I will buy a backup of this if I come across another one. The problem with these Sagamore, the 8-year from last year, the 9-year from this year, they're super allocated here in Michigan, and they're impossible to find. They're borderline unobtainium. So I saw this. I did not hesitate. I pulled the trigger, brought it home with me, and it is fantastic. It is everything that you expect from a Sagamore whiskey. It is everything that the 8-year was, with some of the flavors just dialed up to 11. It got better with that extra year of age. It didn't take a turn backwards. But I love Sagamore. I love the labeling. I love the bottle design. Nobody does a bottle like this. Like, this is just a beautiful, beautiful bottle. And we have a bunch of their bottlings over there. Courtney loves them. I love them. I think they're fantastic bottles. We keep the Sagamore Double Oaked stocked at all times because it's just an amazing whiskey worth keeping around. Especially for the price. And most of these, I think this is their biggest allocated release of the year, and they're not expensive. None of these have ever eclipsed $100 for me. I've been able to buy them for MSRP on every one of them. I have bought a lot of the releases. I'll continue to buy more of them. I love what Sagamore's putting out. Obviously, the Bourbon Junkies that I just talked about, right? They're sourcing some of their barrelings from Sagamore and incorporating them into their blends because they figured it out. Right? Somebody told me years ago that they didn't like Hondas, the car, right? They didn't like Hondas, but Honda has figured out how to make a damn good car. Sagamore is like that. Sagamore has figured out how to make a damn good rye whiskey, and I wholeheartedly endorse this bottling. If you guys get a chance to buy it, buy it, okay? Don't think about it, okay? Because it'll be gone. Just buy it, okay? But that is my top 7 rye whiskeys of 2024. Just to recap, we got 7, the Bulleit 12-year rye. 6, Hoon Young Rye whiskey. 5, the old Forester single barrel strength. Number 4, Mayor Pingry, 11-year rye, finished in gin casks. Number 3 was the King's Family Distillery Ryconic twice-barreled straight rye whiskey, finished in honey casks. Number 2 was the Evernorth Arctic Spirit rye whiskey, finished in Ruby and Tawny ports. And obviously our number 1 is the Sagamore 9-year. So that's it, guys. Those are my tops for 2024. I hope you enjoyed this list. I know I enjoyed putting it together. I enjoyed sampling all these wonderful whiskeys. Please smash that subscribe button. Leave a like, drop a comment down below. Help me out. I would appreciate it. If this is the last video of mine you guys see before then, I wish you and your families all a very Merry Christmas. But otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.